Hello, everyone. A close source of Christopher Watts has come to People magazine, or should I say People.com, with such painfully devastating news because his 35th birthday is this Saturday, which would be May 16th, and after almost 2 years in prison, he's finally coming to terms that he will spend the rest of his life in prison. I guess he didn't really understand the point of his whole sentencing and pleading guilty, and the fact that he has 5 life sentences under his belt. So it goes on to say that for 23 hours a day, Watts is on lockdown. He can leave his cell for a shower or exercise, but little else. When he's in his cell, he has little to do. He is allowed to have a Bible and family photos. And obviously, all of these psycho women that keep in touch with him and write him love letters and him writing back seems to also be keeping him busy. But of course, there's no mention of that with this article. And I love when shit like this comes out because they really try to get us to sympathize with this family annihilator. Like, boo frickin' who. You did the crime, now it's time to serve your time. So the source who has spoken to Watts in prison, I can almost guarantee just by trying to get sympathy for Chris Watts that the source may be his mother, Cindy Watts. Or maybe it's not, who knows. Whoever it is, they're obviously not brave enough to even share their name in this article. So they said that for Chris, nothing changes. Every day is like the day before, and every day in his future will be the same as today. Wow, that actually reminds me of the cards that Chris had written Nicole Kessinger. All those fruity little quotes from like love songs and shit like that. That sounds like that little phrase should also go on a card to her. Because not only is he living his life like this, but I'm sure she's not living the life that she would love to have lived. But you know, life for her would be so much better if she would just come forth with her innocence. If she is innocent, she would come forward and come clear her name, right? But she's not doing that, and that's suspicious. I know I can't wait for him to come out with another confession. Or since the mistress was looking up the Amber Fry deal and her book deal, maybe she should actually follow through with that Google search and write her own book and tell the truth. Oh, but wait, she can't. She can't tell her truth. Sorry, I kind of drifted off topic, didn't I? That subject just really gets under my skin, like I'm sure it does all of you. Now, it also states in this article that last November, a source also told People.com that Watts had found a new religion in prison and that he reflects on his sins daily. A day doesn't go by, a minute doesn't go by where he doesn't think about his family, the source said, and that he's in a hell of his own making, which I don't believe that for one split second. And as of this article, he seems to say, or this person doesn't want to say whether he's still talking about his family or not. And I'm sorry, but this article is about his birthday. Well, what about Shanann's birthday? She's had 2 birthdays since she's passed away, and so has Bella, and so has Cece, and poor Nico didn't even get to have his first birthday. So how are we supposed to feel sympathy towards the person that took them away? It's just so pathetic. Now, they also said last year that Watts is full of regret and he's sad that everyone is hurting, which I also feel is a lie because we know he can't really feel these type of emotions. He's admitted it himself. I showcased it on the sociopath video that I just did. in his own words. And he says that he wishes he can go back in time, and he wishes that he would have handled things differently. I'm curious to know what he would handle differently. Would he have stayed with Shanann even though he had the little side piece there? Or would he have done things the more legit, logical, common sense wise and get a frickin' divorce? But that's not what he wanted. He didn't want to have to pay for a divorce, possible alimony, and child support, unfortunately, and he was going to have 3 kids to support. And that's a huge factor into why he did what he did. He wanted his new life with Kessinger, and he didn't want to pay for his old life, and he wouldn't have been able to afford it, and he knew that. And I'm pretty sure his mistress drilled that in his head as well. Now, it also states in this article, despite the fact that he's considered filing an appeal to his sentence, he now realizes that a release from prison will be unlikely. This guy is such a joke. Like, who actually sweet talked him and sugar coated what he did to make him think that he would ever get out? That just goes to show how naive and dumb he actually is. And for us to think that he actually pulled this off by himself. So it says that he knows that this is his life, and there really isn't much hope for his future. Really? This is just mind-blowing that these people would actually say something like this to try and make us feel sympathy for this man. It's really almost unbelievable. So whoever this source is that went to people, nice try. That's all I have to say. Nice try.
Hi. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Shanann. Happy birthday to you. What? Did you blow my candles out?
Ha ha ha!